てねえや。
Every year anime gives us a handful of moments that genuinely rewire your brain. The kind of scene where you're texting 4 group chats while it's still playing. And 2026, well, 2026 might be the most stacked I've ever seen it. So here are the moments when anime characters went absolutely god mode this year, and I'm still not over half of them. ReZero Season 4 has Subaru's group finally climbing the Pleiades watchtower, and the second floor's trial drops them in front of a ghost. Specifically, Reinhardt's ancestor, Reid Astrea, the first sword saint, introduces himself as Stick Swinger and pulls out a pair of chopsticks. Julius throws in the sword that activated the trial. Reid ignores it, then he proceeds to block, counter kick, and eventually slice Julius's full-length sword clean in half with the chopsticks. The fight ends with Julius being punched unconscious. The point isn't whether Julius can win this, it's the casual scale of what Reid is and what the kingdom looked like 400 years ago. I left that episode genuinely rattled. If you've been following Fate for any length of time, you already know Gilgamesh in a normal mood is an apocalypse with a haircut. So when Saber bumps into him at a rooftop and decides, yeah, let's go, I was bracing for full Gate of Babylon disaster. What I got was Saber casually batting the volley aside like it was light traffic, vaulting straight into the gate, stealing a sword from Gilgamesh's own vault, and using it to fire an Excalibur the size of a building into his face. A1 Pictures is cooking on a level I haven't seen from this studio in years. Richard the Lionheart confirmed absolute menace.
楽しめそう。毒を吐き出し移動すれば。吸水性ポリマー。音使い。お前はすげえ使い手だ。俺も肉弾戦より。こっちが専門なんでね。
お西ちゃん、準備はいい？
マジだと信じ込ませねえといけねえからな。
お西ちゃん、勝てよ！
Real talk, I went into Marriagetoxin expecting a rom-com about an assassin who can't talk to women. Then episode 5 happens. The cleanest piece of action choreography I've seen all spring. Gero squares off against the Soundmaster, and Bones Film clearly told their animators, draw whatever you want, we'll figure out the budget later. Every poison technique he pulls out lands weirder, louder, and more creative than the last one. There's a moment where the screen distortion syncs perfectly to the Master's sonic attacks, and I had to rewind twice just to confirm what I'd just seen. Funny show with assassin theatrics on the side? Sign me up forever.
特別な剣を用意します。折れず負けず屈しません。
Teoritta! いい加減くたばりやがら。
Sentenced to be a hero spent its entire run reminding us that the heroes in this world are penal soldiers, the goddesses are weapons, and nobody's coming to save anyone. Then the climax arrives, and Teoritta finally cuts loose. She's been holding back this whole time, partly because she's bonded to Xylo, partly because of what the last goddess to overexert herself became, and then the gloves come off. A sky's worth of divine swords rain down on the battlefield in perfect choreographed waves, hammering a demon lord like she's making up for every restraint she's swallowed all season. Studio Kai animated it with the gravity it deserved. I was quite impressed. Every episode in Witch Hat Atelier is stunning, beautiful, and mesmerizing. I don't think I need to sell this anime to you, do I? Anime adapts dragon fights all the time. We've seen the formula, haven't we? Big lizard, fire breath, hero with a sword. But episode 5 throws that formula straight out of the window. Coco and the apprentices are stuck in a labyrinth. Agot plummets off a collapsing tower, and Qifrey arrives, scoops her up, and ascends. Then he pulls a city's worth of rainwater out of the clouds and conjures a glowing golden water dragon that swallows the original one whole. Bug Films took a 2-page manga panel and turned it into the most beautiful animation that I've seen in 2026. The Yuka Kitamura score didn't help my composure either. I was in awe.
シュタルクが押されてもらった。
Stark gets clowned. That's just been the Frieren Season 2 status quo, right? He's brave, he's strong, he panics every time anyone says the word demon. Then, in episode 8, Stark and Genau are stuck against Revolte, a four-armed sword-wielding demon whose entire deal is making veteran warriors look like trainees. Genau goes down, Stark is alone, and what we get is the kind of slow, weighty Frieren combat where every swing functions like a thesis statement on a legacy and resolve. Aizen's training, Frieren's belief in him, all of it pouring out through one axe. This episode is literally called A Magnificent End, which is a flex of a title to slap on a fight, and somehow Madhouse earns every syllable. Ran is the kind of villain who broke me a little. Beautiful, ancient, polite, fully capable of turning an entire palace inside out with a wrist flick. Gabimaru and Yuzuriha get put through every wall in the building, and at the lowest point, Gabimaru looks dead. So what does he do? He injects himself with the flower towel, the same time they came here to destroy, pumps the enemy's own life force into his veins and rises up wearing it like armor. The animation here is Mappa at peak focus. Gabimaru moving in sharper, cleaner lines, towel bleeding off him in red. The shinobi who opened Season 1 saying he had nothing to live for is now fighting to live the loudest way possible.
旅に出よう。
You know what genre I have an embarrassing weakness for? The one where the underdog protagonist has been getting bullied for being magic deficient and then someone finally unscrews the lid. Wistoria Season 2 Episode 3, Finn's blood touches Will's sword and the limiters come off. Hair goes white, silver aura wrapping around him like he just walked out of a Final Fantasy cutscene, and suddenly this kid is annihilating mage slayers in single frame blurs while Rigaren's top students stand there watching. The whole capital was about to fall 5 minutes ago. Now Will's cleaning house in trails of light. I'm not gonna lie, when his hair changed colour, I may have fist pumped my desk a little. And then there's this one, JJK Season 3, Sendai Colony, 3 of the strongest sorcerers in the entire series in one place, and somehow the answer they collectively arrive at is, let's all open our domains at the same time. 3 domain expansions firing into each other in the same square mile of sky, Yuta versus Ryu's pure cursed energy ocean and Uro's sky manipulation. Mappa animating the whole thing like a deranged opera. People talk about Shibuya as the peak. After this, honestly I'm not even sure anymore. Yuta walked out of that arc, finally living up to second only to Gojo, and I had to put my phone down and process. Closing this list with the obvious, no regrets.